Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to Ravenport. We're in the T8 and we're about to find out if this thing can actually pull the plow at a decent speed. I expect it can. We're not allowed to create fields because we smoothed out the bump that was here. And already I can tell, even though this has required horsepower for this plow, 4 miles an hour, I don't think so. So it looks like the truck is still going to have to pull this. So maybe in the future we may have to get maybe its bigger brother, the T9 or the Case Quadratech, to maybe do it once in a while. But I do notice, like, even with the truck, which is almost like 100, actually it's almost probably 200 horsepower more than what the plow requires, it can, I don't want to say struggle at times, but it doesn't reach max speed as well as it probably could. But there's that. So I'm going to put this right out there that you're seeing this video on the Monday, which is February 4th. I'm actually recording this on the 2nd of February, and as I woke up this morning, GPS has arrived. Kind of like Courseplay. it's there. Yeah, this is the part right here. Actually, the way the field is, it's not that bad. But we'll expand it just a little bit. So I do have GPS installed. We will get into that. The problem is, and if you're having trouble with it and you install it and like, well, it's not showing up, you actually have to, I kind of like the way the mod is, you actually have to buy it for each tractor, and it's $15,000 per tractor. So it's not like in 17 where it was just there. Now, oddly enough, when you buy the tractor, this tractor does, most tractors have GPS on it. But I do have the John Deere at the shop. I was thinking maybe I'll put it in the John Deere. I have $15,000 that we can spend. But I want to get this field working before we get involved in GPS and all that fun stuff. We'll see how that goes. But already I can tell I'm not going to have the T8 haul the plow around. Now, you know, it can do it if we need it to. That's pretty good right there. We'll turn that to there. Okay, how about if I lift it up? Can I detach it or do I have to fold it up? Okay, I can do that. Alright, so the question now becomes of where did I put... I have no idea where the truck is. Is it down here at the sheep still? And the pigs? Yes, it is. Is my tailgate? No, it's closed. It's all good to go. So I have not tried GPS at all. I just brought the John Deere to the store and made sure that it was an option to actually buy the GPS, and it is. So I know it seems to be working. That's as far as I went with it. I figured we kind of learned together. So I know you're seeing this on the Monday. You probably already know GPS is already out and all that fun stuff. But for me, as I record this, it's only been out for maybe 6 hours or so. I don't know exactly when it went out, but I'm going to say 6 to 12 hours or so. Now everything is obviously early beta. It's a whole new GPS system than before, even though some of the things that you're probably going to see might be the same. I mean, that's right, I can't hook this up. So I got to bring the T8 back to get the Seadrill. Alright, no problem. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do to start off the video. I'm going to go hook the plow up to this. I'm going to do the headland like I always do in that field. And then I'll get the truck working on plowing that field. I'll get the T8 back over here. We'll grab the Seadrill. No rush to do it. But we'll get the T8 back over here ready to seed the field of... let's see. I think we'll put soybean in it this time. Pouring over some corn. Oh yeah, and the harvester's got corn in it. Oh, I just left, at the end of the last episode, I just left everything where where it was, I suppose. Well, even with our man truck, which I do believe is 650 horsepower, 200 horsepower over the requirement of the plow, we're at a speed of 8. And I do believe this thing should do 12 or 16, maybe even 16, somewhere in there. It's a modded plow, obviously. So I was actually thinking, I've never used the big buds in 17. What's the horsepower on the big bud? That might be something I think would be cheaper than a Case Quadratec, which would be the equivalent horsepower to the man truck, I do believe. Or maybe it could actually be that our plow requires to be repaired. Because even on flat ground, I'm only doing 8. But something to keep in mind later on. Obviously, we don't have the cash to quite do it. We spot a tractor, quote unquote, today in game, the T8, which I am glad to have. We're going to set this guy off on a worker. Just making sure I got allowed to create fields off. That would have been a nice little disaster, wouldn't it? Come on, get up here. You can do it. There you go. Now, it may stop where the field's already plowed, where I just had to fix the field where we flattened it out. But, yeah, I think the plow probably needs to be repaired because we're maxing out at 8 miles an hour. But just because I'm curious, large tractors, I think the big buds would be at the end. 1100 horsepower. And it's not that expensive, 405. You look at the Case Quadratec, 525 horsepower. The big bud's a little bit slower, but it's, you know, twin wheels, triple wheels, standard single. I think if I were to do it, we'd go double. 417. That is not really a bad price. So here we are in the store. You can now see, I can actually show you this. Global positioning system. You have to buy it for the vehicle. No RES is $15,000 no matter what vehicle you have. So when you go in the store, once you get the GPS installed, there it is. You actually have to buy it, which is different than what it was in 17, which I'm fine with. But we're going to get to the GPS in just a little while. I'm not going to be able to use it until this guy gets some of this field done. Right now what we're doing, we're going to hop on down to the man truck. You may have saw it when I was grabbing the man truck and the trailer, that the wool pallets, I took the wool pallets off here and put them here. You can see it's actually working. You may want to say, well, it's not getting that much wool, but each little, like this little wool package right here, that should be 2,500 liters, 2,500, because each wool pallet holds 10,000 liters. So we got 7,500 liters of wool sitting right here. That will take a while. The reason why I took them off, for one, I would assume that's going to take a while to get 40,000 liters, so I'm not too worried about them piling up. Two, if I want to sell eggs or whatever, we can use this. But three, I took a transport job today for bringing stuff to the construction site. Now I got to remember where the cement building, right here. So we got to come here, bring cement to the construction shop. I don't know if it's true, but it looks like it could be. And I caught this on Mr. Sealy P's YouTube channel. And he seems to think it's actually true. It might be like, you guys may know about it. It's the first I've heard about this. But that construction site that we drive past, going from our chicken farm to the store, right across from Wool Spinnery, apparently if you keep bringing construction material to that place, it slowly gets built up. So only one way for me to find out, other than maybe going on YouTube and watching someone else's videos maybe do it. But, you know, I'm more of a curious type of person. I want to see if it actually works. And I don't know if it will or not. I kind of saw the way it looked on Mr. Sealy P's YouTube video that he put out. I think just today or yesterday, which would be the Saturday the 2nd of February. I know how his building looks because he's playing on Ravenport. So when I go there, I want to see how it looks around my construction site and see if the buildings do look different from what he had to what I had, or I have right now. So one thing I am noticing about this little thing about the dolly in the back, you can see it kind of slides out when you drive along. If I don't know if there's a locking. Do I need to put the straps? If I put the straps on like that, does that hold the dolly in place? I don't know. So is this where we're going? Yes, this is where we're going. Cement factory. Alright, so maybe I need to have the straps on when I'm transporting, and that'll keep the dolly in place? I have no idea. Alright, I always do this wrong. There we go. Alright, now the fun part. I get to load these up. And, let's see, which way are they facing? And I got 6 of them. Oh, great. Alright, I'll be with you in just a little bit. I don't want you to struggle as much as I'm about to. Actually, the first one loaded rather simply. I'm not going to say that was a struggle, but it wasn't fun. It's yeah, it's rather entertaining. Does this thing have lights on it? Just so I can see better. Am I going in? Not quite. We'll call that good enough. Don't bring it up all the way because I'll glitch out of it. Out of the truck, that is. Alright, we'll throw the straps on. I don't know if that'll keep the dolly in or not. But off to the construction site after I run into the wall at the cement building. Yeah, putting those on was not... After the first two, I'm like, oh, this is much easier taking the pallets on and off. And then by the third one, it stuck and I was having problems. And all of a sudden, it just came off by itself. But off to the construction site, and we'll have a quick look around and try to memorize what the building looks like. And I don't know if it's going to happen instantly or you got to wait overnight or something like that. I'm beginning to wonder if this is a myth or not, but let's see. I'm going to need kind of some flat ground to do this on, I think. Alright, it's time to have some more fun. Oh, I should probably take the straps off. That would be very helpful in the process. Well, after unloading the first pallet, I realized I had to move the truck down to the road because there just was no room for all of us up here. That is not registering, that pallet. No! There, now it's registering the pallet. Yeah, if any pallet is on top of another pallet, it doesn't register it. So if you're doing transport jobs for the first time, yeah, you can't stack them on top of one another. You have to fit them all into the box. But I'm curious to see if this is actually a thing or if someone just, you know... I just happened to catch Mr. CLP saying in his video, I don't think he knows about it. He just got kind of told about it. Kind of like, you know, from one of his subs, I would suppose. So I think he's trying it. And so now here I am, I'm trying it. Now I did see something like this in 17 to where you can go around the map and build up houses if you would like to. And it did it in stages. I did see that. So why can't... No, it says it's complete. So... I don't know if we're going to notice a change or... Well, the pallets are gone, that's for sure. So we'll have to see over time. I don't, you know, I'm starting to think that maybe it's not a thing because why would they start you off at this far? I think if they were to do that, they would probably just start you off with this a foundation, and you have to bring like wood planks up. That would have been kind of interesting. Bring like wood planks over, and you can see the structure being built. So I'm kind of thinking maybe it's not a thing, but you know, I got the truck, I got the dolly. I figured, well, we don't really ever do transport jobs unless it was like the beginning stages. I think it was like my first contract job that I did. Plus, it gives us something different to do while we're waiting for the plow to do whatever it is that he does. There, we're in. And now, as long as I do the right buttons here. Alright, turn that off. Wait, did I turn the beacon off? Nope. Wait, is that beacon still on? What? Oh, that's right. I got to turn the vehicle on. In order to turn the beacon off. Put the straps on. I don't know if that helps. We can turn these beacons off. And for now, I'm just going to go park this at the store. Because why not? I don't know if I'll use it for the wool next, or the chicken eggs next, or do more transport jobs. Now, it's also the same thing they said at the wool spinnery, that there's a brick wall that's kind of torn down. We'll see that later on when we mow some grass. So I don't know if that's going to be a thing or not. But, you know, transport jobs, I'll do them every once in a while. We'll see if that building improves. I don't know if it will or won't. We'll see. So here's the John Deere. I think the John Deere is the one we're going to pop GPS in. And I don't know why I'm getting into the vehicle. I got to come over here. Now, I could have done this at one of my workshops, but I was stupid and forgot. So global positioning system, we'll turn it on. 15 grand. You want to purchase it for 15 grand? I suppose so. I mean, it kind of hurts. So in the beginning stages is you got to be very careful of what machines you want GPS on or not. So right now I'm going to go up, grab the seed drill, head over to our rail yard field, see how the truck's coming along, plowing that up, and yeah, we'll kind of fiddle around with the GPS for a little bit. And see, actually you can kind of see the GPS is already kind of on by the white lines in front of the tractor. Interesting. See the little white dotted lines from the center of the tractor forward. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of interesting. But like I said, this is very early access beta kind of a mod, so you may want to wait a while longer. But, yeah, that's kind of weird that we get to see that. So, yeah, I'm going to get the seed drill, head over to the rail yard field, and I'll meet you up in just a minute. Well, while we're waiting for the man truck to plow that field, which I'm probably going to have to help it out with in just a minute, I just moved the T8 and the combine harvester out of the way so it can do what it needs to do. And it's getting pretty close to where I had to remake the field. So it probably won't be long from now where it may stop. But we need to make some hay. I mean, the grass field's ready. We got to make some hay so it can start growing again, so I can make some more hay. Because we're probably going to go through it enough in the next couple days or so. And that's why we got this grass field here, right? Is to make some hay. So it's a little bit bigger now. No trees in the way for the most part. See how it works out here. Now it seems a little more worthwhile having the big M still. I mean, it's not that big of a field to begin with, but you know what? It's fun. That's why we have it. Oh yeah, so there's the broken wall We'll see if I get transport jobs to... I know I do get transport jobs to the spinnery, the wool sell point. So we'll see if that fixes the wall over time. Be interesting to see. I don't know if whoever started this is actually telling the truth or not. I have no idea. Because I don't think most people will do transport jobs and do enough of them to complete a job. Like I said, I probably should have looked it up to see if it was true or not, but I think it's more fun to find out yourself by keep doing it. And after a while, if you don't think it's true, then you look it up and like, oh yeah, it's not true. Or it'd be kind of interesting to see over time. And transport jobs don't really take too much time up. But we got that flatbed truck and the dolly, so we might as well put it to use a little bit rather than just bringing wool and eggs to sell points. Hey, we're done. I know, bad joke. Deal with it. Turn that off, fold that up, turn that off, and we'll fold that up. So at least by cutting it, the field can kind of start the process of starting to grow grass over a while. But we still have to windrow it up, pick it up, and bring it to the barn and put it in storage. So for now, I'm going to just leave this right out here because the windrower is right behind where the tedder was. Yeah, I figured this... Well, at least he actually kept going, which is kind of impressive, actually. But he did skip... Oh, you're turning that way. The reason why I skipped that is because that's where we kind of did the middle field creation. So I got to go ahead and fix that in a while. So what I'm going to do is, I think the T8 is over here. The case and T8 are both over here, but, you know, of course I'm going to use the T8 right now. We just got it. We'll go pick up the windrower, windrow it up. No, the loading wagon's down by the chicken farm now. I keep thinking the loading wagon's over here, but it's actually at the chicken farm. So windrow up the hay and get set to use some GPS on the John Deere. We'll fiddle with that ourselves and see if it works. From my understanding, it does. The question is, can I get it to work? The T8 has managed to pull the windrower around. Yeah, I'm being sarcastic. Don't worry about it. I'm being sarcastic. Don't worry. Yeah. I know it's like probably 400 horsepower more than what it needs. But it's the tractor we have available to us. Oh, we could have used the case. Even the Massey Ferguson could handle this, I'm sure. But you don't spend $330,000 a new tractor in that day and not really use it as much as you can, right? So let's go put this stuff away. I'll head on over to the loading wagon. We'll get that, bring it back here. I gotta check on the truck because I haven't seen the message where it's done. It should be rather close to being done, if not already done. And I just missed it. And this is why I was trying to build a garage a little bit farther away from the field than I did. Whoops, wrong pedal. Than I did before at the BGA, because you got to give yourself some room to get in and out. Now I do have to get that back there quite a ways because the tedder needs to go in there. And I do need to make like a road at some point, or roads going around my farms. But let me get this stuff parked up, go get the loading wagon, start loading up some hay, and we'll check on our rail yard field so we can start to see if the GPS is going to be ready to use or not. Rear steer and a short trailer backing up. Good times for me, right? So as I was bringing the truck over to do where we level out the field and continue on, I found the other dip. So, yep, we're here. We're going to take care of it right here, right now. Wait, where? Oh, there it is. Turning it to grass, apparently. Alright. I mean, we got the plow here. Might as well take care of the dip while we can. So if I hit Y, I knew there was another dip somewhere. I'm just surprised I didn't see it the other day, so... So I'm going to take care of this little mess I just created. Get the worker to finish the rest of the field. And then I'll bring it back with the loading, maybe part of the loading wagon, and then the rest of the episode will be a little bit on the GPS. I'm probably not going to spend too much time on it, because once you get it set up, you're pretty much got to sit in the tractor just like before. You can't leave the vehicle, but we'll go over that in a while, so give me just a few moments here, and I'll see you shortly. Well, our hay field is doing it really well. If I remember correctly, we got like, what, 74,000 liters off it before we expanded it. So here we are with a full trailer, and I'm probably just a little bit over halfway done. So every 2 days or so, we can start stockpiling some hay. It won't last long for a while because we got to make some TMR and all that stuff for, let's see, I know I checked last episode, but it's been a couple days now. Hay. Okay, so they're not that bad. Yeah, both of them are not that bad. They're like half full. So actually what I could do with the other trailer that I got, I could top them off just for giggles. But I'll show you when I get back down to the hay field. I'm not going to pick up the rest of the hay just now. I'm just going to bring the tractor and trailer back down there so you can see how much it took us to get a full trailer and how much is left. Then we're going to head over to the John Deere because the man truck has finished plowing the field. And we can start fooling around with the GPS mod a little bit. I may have to do some fiddling with it off camera sometimes. We'll see how it goes. So back at the grass field, you can see how much it took to get a full trailer. I might get like another 60,000 liters out of it, maybe. I'll probably do that off camera because I need to, take some time here, and we need to fool around with the GPS mod. Oh, after I move the man truck out of the way, probably. So let me go up here. Fold that up. And like I said, we're going to put soybeans in this field, but I think I'm going to do the headland first like I always do. Because I'm not going to do the whole field myself with GPS. I need to get that hay field picked up. Our oats down by the chicken farm, those 3 fields are ready for harvest as well. So I'll probably do that next episode. So let me unfold this. I'm going to go up and do the headland to start with, and when we get to the other end, yep, that's when we'll turn on the GPS. Make sure I'm on soybeans. I am. So yep, start with the headland, and I'll meet you at the other side. So I made it to the other end of the field with no problems. With me, you never know. That's funny. Where did the GPS... Okay, there it is. So if I open up the HUD, you're not going to see nothing there of how to actually turn on GPS. But I got it. It's on GitHub. The link I had in Saturday's episode. Hopefully I can remember to put it in Sunday's episode. This is Monday's episode I'm recording on Saturday as it came out. So it's all kind of new, like I said. But on the GitHub, it does show you how to kind of use it. So in order to open the menu, hit Control S. There we go. Enable guidance steering on. Show lines on. Snap terrain angle. If you're not able to create straight lines yourself, you can enable angle snapping in the menu. This will align the AB lines with the terrain. We'll turn it on. Width increment. Width increment of what? Auto width. Okay, so auto width, it's an implement of 9. And it's at minus... I'm not sure. Set the width increment to increase, decrease the width. I think we'll just leave that there. Sets the width of your vehicle. Auto width is fine. So yeah, if I could actually, I was reading the page. I didn't realize if I scrolled over it, it tells me at the bottom. Duh. All right. So set up your A/B lines. You can do it yourself by hitting Alt E to set the lines A and B. Auto width. Hit Alt R in order to calculate the width of your vehicle. Tip: unfold and lower the vehicle in order to get the best results. I don't think they mean the vehicle. I think they mean the implement you're trying to accommodate for. So our seed roll is unfolded down and actually turned on right now. So we did auto width. Hit Alt plus and minus in order to change the width. Please note that this only works after the track creation. So I would assume after auto width, then I could create it. Once the track is created, hit Alt and X to toggle the steering. Alright, so I got a green light. So toggle guidance steering. So if I hit Alt X, please create or load a track. Did I not? Driver leads 50. Okay, so it says driver leads 15 meters to set point B. Alright, there we go. So now you can kind of see the green line's my center line. And it may be hard to see, but there's a purple line. See if I can zoom in a little bit. You can kind of see the purple lines on the right and left. So now if I hit Alt X, toggle the steering. Do I have to hit? Okay, I've been fiddling with this for a little bit. I think I finally got it kind of figured out enough to maybe help you guys along as well. But maybe by the time you see this video on Monday, you'll have a better understanding of what I'm about to explain. So there, as far as I can see, there is no, it doesn't turn for you like it did in 17. It's not going to turn. I can see it brought me to the edge of the field and stopped. So basically what I got to do now is turn the vehicle around. So you see the center line right now is white, which means GPS is turned off. Kind of. It's not activated. So now, as I get back, I want to get back in the white line. I'll leave the tractor off a little bit. So I'll kind of get in the lane I need to be in. I hit Alt X. You see the light has turned green. I now hit on my PC. It's number 3 for cruise control. And the tractor will follow the green line. Just like that. Now you'll see when we get to the other edge of the field, it's not going to go all the way to the edge. It's just like in 17 where it would, you could have it stop so many feet, yards, or meters, whatever they used to use in 17. I've kind of forgot now. You can have it stop short. And I think that's what it's doing here. Now, with GPS, if you're new to GPS from 17 and even in the late days of 15, you can't set GPS and leave the vehicle. It's the same as 17. If you had to be in the vehicle and run GPS. In 17, it was great because it would turn for you, and I'm pretty sure that will come along in 19 as well. So, like if you had a huge field that you were seeding on a contract, and you didn't really want to do the job yourself, it's like, well, this is a great job for GPS. You set up GPS, start the contract, or the mission back then, or whatever you want to call it, and you just, you can just walk away from the PC or your console and let GPS do it all, but you can't leave the vehicle. So as you see, I turned the vehicle, the center line is white, which means it's not activated, so I hit Alt X on the PC. Light turns green, hit cruise control, boom, takes right off. And it'll stay right in that line. Now, as you saw when I got to the edge of the field, it kind of stopped a little bit short. I think what they're doing is that when the vehicle, I think it's registering the vehicles at the end of the field, so that's why it's stopping. So GPS, how does that really help you out right now in the early stages? Well, if you're creating a new field and you want a straight line, GPS is the way to go. Right now, as for not turning, well, driving a straight line basically is what GPS is going to help you out a lot on. So you can see the tractor comes to a stop. I didn't stop it. It stopped on its own. The light is green. So it means GPS is active. I turned the steering wheel. It takes a couple seconds to register like, hey, this guy does not want GPS activated anymore. It deactivates, turns white. So I kind of get in a straight line. I hit Alt X. And we hit cruise control once again and it takes off. So you kind of get the settings there. Let me stop the tractor. Now you can see the light is still green, so if I hit cruise control, it'll stay on. But let me get Control S, get this back up. So we were here. So I got enable guidance steering on snap terrain angle. So it means it's kind of like snap terrain angle is kind of like a worker in a field. So if you hire a worker, say you got your vehicle pointed in just a little bit offset direction, the worker goes on a snap terrain angle. It's going to try to find a good 8-degree angle to go on the field. So if you want that off and kind of create your own straight line, you can go ahead and do that. I went with auto width. Then I saw this up here. So I didn't set any of this stuff here. I kind of left it all the same. Current track rail yard. I named it rail yard field because that's what it is. I can remove track. If I remove track, go to save tracks. I don't want to save track. Current track. Did I not save the track? Create track. Okay, if I go to create track, okay. Since I only got one in here, I can't tell if this is actually working. Anyways, so yeah, I got to fiddle with this a little bit more. So I guess you can save tracks, kind of like in course play. You can save tracks and load them up later on, and it's preset. It's a nice little addition to me for how easy it is. Probably is to set up GPS. I probably won't use it as much, if at all. I don't know. We'll have to see. But there we go. GPS has arrived in early access beta. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like course play where there's going to be updates here and there. But the main thing is we can drive in straight lines for darn sure. So pretty much that's where we have it there. But I think what I'm going to do is when this guy gets to the end of the field, I'm going to take course play off and set him off on a worker and he continue the field. I want to finish the episode by picking up the rest of the hay in that field just to see how much hay we got out of it. Instead of feeding the horses, I'm going to bring it to the barn just to see, so we can easily see how much hay that field is producing when done right. So I'll meet you back down at the hay field. We'll pick up the rest of the hay and wrap up the episode. And hopefully I can turn off this GPS and get him set off on a worker. I'll see you in a bit. Well, it may have been a little bit off with the 60,000 liters, but you know what? It's more than what we were getting before, that's for sure. I think it, like we said, was like in the low 70,000 liter area where we're getting. We've already got a full trailer up at the barn, so that's 90,000 liters plus whatever we're going to get here, which probably be 35,000, so 125,000. So it didn't quite double the size of the field, looks like. Maybe 66% more of the field we got. But the good news is we're getting some hay in storage. We can actually probably do some cows on total mix rations maybe next episode, top them off a little bit. I'm sorry, there's a car in the river. Any survivors? Does not look like it. Well, I mean, there's no one dead in there, but there's no one here. I didn't do it. I did not do it. So I'm going to go drop this off at the barn. And we're going to calling this an episode. So we're trying to do some transport jobs at the construction site. See if the building actually gets built. I think I would have heard something about it by now. But, you know, I'm a dumb fish. I'll take the bite. I'll take the bait, hook, line, and sinker, and see if something actually progresses along with that construction site or the spinnery. But it does give us something kind of different to do. We haven't done any transporting jobs since episode 1. I think it was like the first thing we did. We got a tractor. We got the Massey Ferguson, and we transported some stuff just to get some cash rolling. We got GPS going. We actually got some hay in storage now. I need to fertilize that field. That's what I kind of need to do as well. But this loading wagon needs to go back down to the chicken farm because those oats are ready. So I got a lot to do still. The cotton may be ready next episode, so we'll be able to sell that, whatever the price may be. But the main thing is GPS is roughly here. It's a start. We can drive in straight lines now. At least I can if I wanted to. I'll love it more when, or if he does add it to where it turns, kind of like it did in 17. That would be nice. But if it doesn't, you know, I don't know. If I would assume GPS in real life would help turn the vehicle. I'm not sure. I'm just talking gibberish. But yeah, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you next time on Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.